The DNA Scam, Part 1. He wasn't aware his wife plotted until this happened. John was the kind of man most women prayed for. Gentle, focused, and successful. At just 35, he had built his own logistics company in Lagos. He loved one woman deeply, his wife, Clara. To John, Clara was not just a wife. She was his peace, his world, and his heartbeat. Their marriage looked perfect on the outside. Fancy vacations, matching outfits, smiling pictures on social media. Everyone called them the couple made in heaven. But what no one knew was that behind those smiles, something dark was brewing. Clara had changed. It started slowly. First late-night calls she claimed were business, then sudden mood swings, unexplained expenses, and secretive behavior. John noticed, but he didn't want to believe anything was wrong. Love had blinded him. One evening, Clara told John she was pregnant. He froze, not out of fear, but shock. For 2 years, they had tried everything with no success. John was overjoyed. He lifted her off his feet, spun her around the room, tears of joy streaming down his face. God finally answered us, he said. Months passed, and Clara gave birth to a baby boy, Daniel. John's joy knew no bounds. He threw a big party, invited family, friends, and business partners. Everyone celebrated the new father. But deep down, Clara wasn't celebrating. She looked at her husband and felt guilt, the kind that eats you from the inside, because she knew that child wasn't his. It started a year earlier. Clara had met a man named Desmond, charming, wealthy, and ruthless. He promised her the kind of life John couldn't. At first, it was business. Then it turned into temptation, and then betrayal. When she got pregnant, she panicked, but Desmond convinced her to keep it secret. John doesn't need to know, he said with a smirk. He will raise my son and we both win. Clara agreed, not knowing Desmond had his own hidden plan. 3 years later, John began to notice some strange things. The child looked nothing like him. Different eyes, different skin tone, even mannerisms that felt foreign. Still, he said nothing. He loved that boy too much to think otherwise. Then one afternoon, while clearing his desk, John found something odd. A hospital receipt tucked between Clara's documents. It was from a private clinic, dated 3 months before Daniel's birth. The description read, DNA sample consultation. His hands trembled. Why would his wife visit a DNA clinic before their son was even born? He decided to investigate quietly. John met with a doctor friend who helped him collect samples discreetly, his own and Daniel's. 2 days later, he received an envelope. His heart pounded as he opened it. The words hit him like a thunderbolt. The paternity result, negative. John couldn't breathe. His world shattered in 1 second. He sat in silence for hours, replaying every memory, every smile, every I love you Clara had ever said. The betrayal was too deep to understand. That night, he didn't confront her. He just watched her sleep, tears in his eyes, wondering how love could turn to deceit so easily. But what John didn't know was that the DNA result he received wasn't the truth. Someone had tampered with it, and the person behind it was closer than he could ever imagine. The real scam was just beginning. He wasn't aware his wife plotted until this happened. But when the DNA result arrived, the truth shook his entire world. To be continued. Please hit the subscribe button and drop a comment if I should drop the next part soon.